Have you ever wondered why many people over 80 seem to fade away so quickly, while some thrive well into their golden years? What's the secret to living not just longer, but healthier and more vibrant as you age? If you're curious about the reasons behind this phenomenon, and how you can defy the odds, then stick with me through this video, because I'm about to reveal some eye-opening insights that could change the way you think about aging. In today's video, we're diving into why so many people over 80 don't make it past a few more years, despite medical advances. You'll learn about the three main causes that doctors say are responsible for the sharp decline in health at this age, and how you can fight them. From how our bodies start to lose resilience in our 30s to the surprising psychological factors that affect longevity, we'll explore all the hidden truths that no one tells you about growing older. If you want to understand why so many seniors experience a rapid decline, and what you can do to stay healthier and live longer, despite the odds, then keep watching. This video is packed with valuable insights, advice from medical professionals, and simple steps you can start today to keep yourself vibrant and full of life in your later years. Don't miss out. By the end, you'll have a clearer understanding of how you can protect your health, boost your mental well-being, and live a fulfilling, independent life well into your 80s and beyond. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. 1. Rapid decline in physiological function. As the years pass, the body's slow transformation begins, often imperceptible at first. After the age of 30, the changes in our physical self begin to unfold, hidden beneath the surface. At first, we may feel untouched by time, blissfully unaware of the subtle shifts that gradually creep in. However, as we grow older, particularly after the age of 80, the inevitable decline becomes starkly visible. The vitality that once defined our every movement begins to fade, and the body's remarkable ability to heal itself begins to betray us. The body's resilience, once so effortless, diminishes, leaving us vulnerable, fragile, and painfully aware of our mortality. This decline is not confined to any single part of the body but permeates every cell, every organ, and every system. The cells, once so capable of renewal and regeneration, lose their power, leaving us more susceptible to the ravages of age. Muscles weaken, skin thins, and organs that once worked in perfect harmony begin to falter. Of all the damage, none is more heartbreaking than the quiet erosion of the mind. The once sharp clarity of thought, the rich tapestry of memories, begins to fray. Nerve cells and brain cells, those vital components of our cognitive function, degenerate, unable to repair themselves as they once did. The result is a cascade of consequences: memory loss, an inability to concentrate, and a profound sense of frustration as even the simplest tasks become increasingly difficult. But perhaps the most insidious change is the decline of the immune system. As the years pile on, the body's natural defenses weaken, leaving the elderly vulnerable to the constant assault of bacterial and viral infections. This phenomenon, known as immune senescence, isn't just a medical term. It's a quiet, relentless force that leaves our elderly loved ones more susceptible to illness, their bodies no longer able to fight back with the same vigor they once did. A simple cold can escalate into a life-threatening condition in an instant, and the body's diminished immunity can make every infection a battle. Moreover, as the years unfold and we reach the age of 80, the major organs that once fueled our vitality, our heart, lungs, liver, and kidneys, begin to decline in function, often in ways we cannot see but can certainly feel. The heart, once a steady rhythm of life, grows weaker, unable to pump oxygen and nutrients to the cells with the same efficiency. The lungs, once so capable of drawing in the breath of life, lose their ability to exchange gases efficiently, reducing stamina and breath capacity. The kidneys, once vital in maintaining balance within the body, begin to falter, and the liver's ability to detoxify and cleanse the body diminishes, leaving the body in a state of imbalance. The cumulative effects of this decline are far-reaching. Memory becomes clouded, the immune system offers no protection, and the body becomes frail and vulnerable. Osteoporosis advances, making bones brittle and fragile, increasing the risk of fractures and reducing mobility. The simple act of walking, once effortless, becomes a challenge. Everyday life becomes a series of struggles against the relentless tide of aging. And all too often, seemingly minor illnesses, like a cold or the flu, can spiral into something far more dangerous, threatening the very life that once felt so certain. It's in these quiet moments of decline that the importance of care and prevention becomes tragically clear. Doctors urge those who are aging, those who have already crossed into their 70s or 80s, to seek regular checkups, not just for the sake of health but for the preservation of what remains. Moderation is key. Walking, stretching, light exercise, these small acts of self-care are more than just maintenance. They are lifelines. They help strengthen the heart, fortify bones, and maintain the flexibility of vital organs. With consistent care, it is possible to slow the decline, improve quality of life, and extend the precious years that remain. In the end, aging is not something we can fight against. It is something we must learn to navigate. Yet with proper care, support, and a deep respect for our changing bodies, it is possible to maintain a sense of dignity, independence, and vitality. The journey may be fraught with challenges, but it is also one of resilience, one where even in the face of inevitable decline, we continue to cherish each moment, finding strength and grace as we grow older. 2. Increased psychological gaps. Aging is not merely a passage of time marked by the visible, physical changes we can see in the mirror. It is a profound transformation that penetrates the very core of our being, shaping not only the body but also the mind and soul. As we grow older, the emotional landscape shifts in ways that are often invisible but deeply impactful. The psychological changes that accompany aging can be overwhelming, leaving many elderly individuals struggling to find a sense of balance, peace, and emotional stability. It's not uncommon for these changes to affect one's ability to engage fully with life, to find meaning in the world around them, or to maintain the vibrant, meaningful relationships that once defined their existence. Perhaps the most heartbreaking aspect of this shift is the surge in emotional instability. The once confident and composed individuals who navigated life's challenges with ease can suddenly find themselves grappling with feelings of anxiety, fear, and stress, even in situations that would have once seemed mundane. The weight of growing old often brings with it a sense of profound uncertainty, a quiet but relentless questioning of one's worth, and a gnawing fear that time is slipping away. For some, this shift can lead to a sense of purposelessness, an overwhelming feeling that life no longer holds the same meaning it once did. The joyous ambition and aspirations of youth seem distant, as if life's vibrancy fades into the gray haze of age. But these psychological changes do not exist in isolation. They are intricately tied to the physical decline of the body. As our bodies slow down and become less responsive to our daily demands, the toll on the mind grows heavier. What was once easy, climbing stairs, walking to the store, getting out of bed, becomes a battle. This physical decline, however subtle, creates a pressure that pushes the mind to the edge. The frustration, the loneliness, and the isolation intensify when the body fails to keep pace with the world it once danced through. For many, this is compounded by the alienating reality that modern technology, once a bridge to the world and loved ones, becomes a towering wall they cannot scale. With each passing day, the gap between generations widens, as the elderly are often left behind in an ever-evolving world of smartphones and digital communication. This technology gap only deepens the sense of disconnect, making the elderly feel like outsiders in a world that no longer seems made for them. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Moreover, the generational divide between parents and their children, or between grandparents and grandchildren, often becomes a chasm that feels impossible to cross. What was once a source of love and connection, family, becomes another source of frustration. Misunderstandings, differing values, and changing lifestyles create tension, leading to feelings of abandonment and alienation. The very relationships that should offer comfort and companionship become strained, leaving the elderly feeling isolated, misunderstood, and emotionally adrift. As this psychological pressure builds, self-esteem crumbles. Many elderly individuals feel as though they are nothing but a burden, heavy, unwanted, and incapable of contributing in meaningful ways to the lives of their loved ones. This devastating sense of helplessness can lead to deep depression, an all-encompassing sadness that wraps itself around the heart, filling it with fear and dread about the future. The aging process can feel like a slow unraveling of self-worth, a diminishing of the very essence of who they once were. Yet, psychologists remind us that within this darkness, there is light. They urge the elderly to accept the changes in their roles, not as losses, but as natural parts of life's evolving journey. They are encouraged to embrace a mindset of acceptance, finding strength in the simple joys and quiet moments that still exist. Holding on to hope and cultivating a positive outlook can be transformative. Even in the face of adversity, fostering connections with friends, participating in social activities, and nurturing emotional bonds with family can help ease feelings of loneliness, offering a much-needed lifeline to the soul. Ultimately, it is the mindset we choose, optimistic, open, and embracing the beauty of life's later chapters, that holds the key to preserving not just our mental health, but our vitality and sense of purpose. By shifting the focus to meaningful relationships, mental well-being, and embracing the blessings of aging, we can begin to turn the tide on the psychological struggles that come with growing old, making this phase of life not one of decline, but of rediscovery and peace. 3. Increased rates of illness. As we age, the body undergoes a profound transformation, and for those over the age of 80, the risk of chronic and life-threatening illnesses surges with an overwhelming intensity. The gradual deterioration of physical resilience coupled with a weakened immune system paints a tragic picture for many elderly individuals, as their bodies lose the capacity to bounce back from health challenges. This is a critical period in life, where the specter of illness looms large, and the quality of life is compromised by the relentless toll of disease. A sobering study published in 2022 by the Japanese Journal of Epidemiology examined the health of 100,000 individuals over a decade, revealing a chilling truth. 3 devastating illnesses dominate as the leading causes of death among the elderly, casting a long shadow over the twilight years of life. These 3 killers are the silent predators of old age, each one preying on the frail body with startling speed and brutality. The first of these merciless afflictions is cardiovascular disease, which tragically claims 49.7% of elderly lives. When hypertension, dyslipidemia, and arteriosclerosis remain unchecked, the heart becomes a ticking time bomb, poised to explode in the form of a catastrophic stroke or heart attack. The danger lies in the suddenness of these health crises, often taking the elderly by surprise, leaving them vulnerable and without the strength to seek urgent care. By the time symptoms manifest, severe chest pain, dizziness, or numbness, it may already be too late to prevent irreversible damage. Heart disease, with its unpredictable and lethal nature, is a constant threat. Cardiologists emphasize the importance of maintaining vigilance, monitoring blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar levels, and stressing the need for immediate medical intervention at the first signs of distress. For those over 80, managing these health markers becomes a matter of life and death, as cardiovascular diseases are the primary culprit in nearly half of all deaths in the elderly population. The second killer is cancer, responsible for 19.5% of deaths in those over 80. The very cells that once worked harmoniously to sustain life now become agents of destruction, mutating and growing uncontrollably as the body's natural defenses falter. With age, the immune system's ability to ward off rogue cells diminishes, leaving the body defenseless against the rapid spread of cancer. What makes this even more insidious is that many chronic conditions, arthritis, diabetes, and other age-related ailments, often mask the early signs of cancer, delaying crucial diagnoses. The elderly, already weakened by years of life struggles, find themselves facing cancer treatments that their bodies can hardly endure. Chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery, once life-saving treatments, become daunting challenges for those whose bodies have lost their strength. And yet, the battle against cancer continues. Early detection through regular screenings for cancers such as lung, liver, and stomach cancer remains critical, as the faster the disease is identified, the better the chance for survival. Finally, respiratory diseases claim 13.7% of elderly lives, exacerbated by the harshness of cold weather and the decline in lung function that comes with age. As the lungs lose their elasticity and their ability to filter out harmful particles, the elderly become increasingly susceptible to respiratory infections like pneumonia and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. The fragile respiratory system, already weakened by years of environmental exposure, can quickly spiral into life-threatening conditions. For those over 80, a simple cold can turn into a devastating pneumonia, rapidly progressing due to the diminished immune response. Doctors warn of the need to protect the respiratory system, advising the elderly to avoid extreme cold and to maintain a comfortable indoor environment that is warm and well ventilated. Flu and pneumonia vaccinations become essential shields in this battle for breath, and regular checkups are necessary to ensure that the lungs remain as strong as possible in the face of inevitable aging. Dr. Yamaguchi, a renowned expert in geriatric health, points to several key factors driving the rising rates of illness in those over 80. The compounded effects of aging on the body systems, the cumulative wear and tear of years lived, and the inevitable decline in resilience as the body's defenses weaken. But perhaps the most difficult truth to accept is that as we grow older, our bodies become less able to fight back against the diseases that threaten our survival. In the face of these harsh realities, it becomes increasingly clear that maintaining a healthy lifestyle, seeking early intervention, and prioritizing regular medical care can make all the difference in extending life and preserving quality of life as we age. BD 1. Decline in immune function. With time, one of the most insidious changes that quietly unfolds within us is the gradual decline of our immune system's strength. As we grow older, our body's natural defenses, once resilient and swift, begin to lose their potency, leaving us vulnerable to the world around us. The immune system, which once stood as a powerful guardian against illness and disease, becomes less vigilant and more fragile. This weakening of our defenses can feel like a silent betrayal, as infections and diseases that were once easily fended off now linger longer, strike harder, and recover with more effort. The simplest of ailments, a mild cold or a minor infection, can evolve into something far more dangerous, threatening not only our comfort but our very life. What was once a routine battle against the flu becomes a grueling, prolonged struggle that tests our strength and resilience. Each illness, no matter how small, carries the weight of uncertainty and fear, a constant reminder that the invincible body we once knew is no longer the same. The slowing of recovery and the increasing fragility of our health is an inevitable part of aging, one that we cannot fight with mere willpower alone. And with this reality comes the poignant truth. The very system that once protected us now requires greater care, more attention, and the wisdom of experience to navigate its vulnerabilities. As we age, the loss of immune function isn't just a physical change. It is an emotional challenge, a reminder of our fragility and the fleeting nature of life itself. 2. The depletion of body organs is another concern. As we grow older, the inexorable wear and tear on our bodies becomes an undeniable reality. The gradual decline of key organs, the heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, and nervous system, poses a deeply unsettling concern for the elderly. These vital organs, once powerful in their ability to sustain life, begin to lose their capacity to function optimally, casting a long shadow over our well-being. As their efficiency wanes, the body's ability to ward off disease diminishes, leaving it vulnerable and fragile. This weakened state makes it increasingly difficult to bounce back from illnesses, and even the smallest of health challenges can spiral into far more serious complications. It is as though the body, once a resilient fortress, is now a crumbling shell, more susceptible to external threats and far less able to recover. Doctors, with their deep understanding of the aging process, insist that after the age of 80, regular health checkups become nothing short of vital. Monitoring blood pressure and blood sugar levels, and detecting the slightest abnormal signs in the body can make all the difference. By catching potential diseases early, we allow ourselves the opportunity to take swift, life-saving action. These checkups are not just routine. They are lifelines that offer us the chance to manage risk, reduce the toll of alcohol on our bodies, and perhaps most importantly, extend our lifespan while safeguarding the quality of our lives. The dangers we face after 80 are not abstract. They are tangible, often lurking in the form of cardiovascular diseases and respiratory conditions, two of the most serious health threats for seniors. Despite the alarming statistics surrounding the mortality rates from these ailments, there is hope. Early prevention, coupled with rapid response, can significantly reduce these risks. The importance of regular health screenings cannot be overstated. They offer a chance to catch silent threats before they escalate, ensuring that timely intervention is possible. With each checkup, we take an active role in preserving our health and, ultimately, our future. Winter, too, emerges as a particularly perilous time for those in their later years. The cold months, with their biting winds and chilling temperatures, bring an added layer of risk for the elderly, especially those over 80. Scientific studies have shown that the elderly are more susceptible to illness in the winter, and the risks only heighten as existing health conditions become more difficult to manage in the cold. The challenges that winter presents to our health can feel like an insurmountable wall, a reminder that as we age, we become more fragile and more exposed to the elements. For many seniors, the solution may lie in seeking the warmth of southern climates during these harsh months, where they can find some reprieve from the dangerous winter chill. In doing so, they can minimize the risks of winter-related illnesses and preserve their health for longer, giving them a fighting chance to face the years ahead with strength and vitality. In the face of these overwhelming challenges, one thing becomes clear: vigilance is our ally. By staying attuned to our bodies, maintaining regular health checkups, and taking proactive steps to protect ourselves from seasonal dangers, we can navigate the later years with greater assurance and a deeper sense of security. The elderly face three major risks in winter. 1. Increased risk of cardiovascular diseases and stroke. When the cold weather settles in, the toll it takes on the body is far more insidious than most realize, especially for those who are already vulnerable. The chilling air causes blood vessels to constrict, causing blood pressure to spike, which places an enormous strain on the heart and circulatory system. As the body fights to maintain its temperature, the heart is forced to work overtime, battling the cold in a desperate attempt to keep everything functioning. This added pressure not only intensifies the strain on the cardiovascular system, but also creates the perfect storm for catastrophic events. Heart attacks, strokes, and even brain hemorrhages become much more likely. The risks of these life-threatening events are higher than we often care to admit, with studies revealing that the mortality rate for cardiovascular disease patients during the winter months is a staggering 41% higher than in warmer seasons. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. For the elderly, the danger is even more pronounced. Their bodies, already weakened by the passage of time, are more susceptible to the unforgiving effects of the cold. The elderly who have a history of heart disease are particularly at risk, their fragile bodies bearing the brunt of the winter's harshness. The threat of sudden, acute cardiovascular events becomes all too real. For these individuals, it's not just a matter of comfort, it's a matter of life and death. Prolonged exposure to the freezing air is a silent killer, slowly eroding their resilience, increasing their vulnerability, and making each breath they take a little more perilous. Therefore, it's critical that the elderly, especially those with a history of cardiovascular issues, take every precaution to stay warm, avoid harsh winter conditions, and protect their health at all costs. Their safety and well-being depend on it. 2. Increased risk of respiratory infections. As the winter months settle in, an insidious danger quietly emerges, particularly for our elderly loved ones. The cold, biting air and the dry atmosphere drain the body's natural defenses, leaving the immune system fragile and vulnerable. When temperatures plummet, many seniors, feeling the chill in their bones, retreat indoors, seeking the warmth and comfort of their homes. However, this refuge often comes at a hidden cost. As the air grows stale, poorly ventilated spaces become a breeding ground for harmful bacteria and viruses, which thrive in the stagnant, humid environment. What begins as a simple precaution against the cold quickly turns into a silent contributor to their declining health. Without the invigorating benefits of fresh air and outdoor activity, the immune system weakens further, leaving seniors exposed to a barrage of respiratory threats, colds, the flu, and pneumonia. The harsh reality is that when the elderly fall ill, their bodies struggle to bounce back. Recovery becomes a slow, arduous battle, and complications escalate far more quickly than they would for a younger person. The stakes are higher, with life-threatening risks such as severe pneumonia and difficulty breathing that demand swift, decisive medical intervention. The battle for their health becomes one not just of surviving, but of urgently seeking care before the situation spirals out of control. Each moment becomes critical, and the need for early, aggressive treatment becomes paramount to prevent devastating outcomes. 3. Increased risk of fractures. As winter sets in, the world transforms into a treacherous landscape, where the icy grip of cold weather makes every step a perilous journey. For the elderly, this season becomes not just a time of chill but a deadly trap, with roads slick and unforgiving. Each step on these frozen paths carries an increased risk of falls that can quickly shatter not only bones but lives. The elderly, particularly those suffering from osteoporosis, are especially vulnerable. Their bones, already fragile and brittle, are at a heightened risk of breaking under the slightest strain. The harsh reality is that a hip fracture, one of the most common and devastating injuries, carries a staggering mortality rate. Within just 1 month of suffering a hip fracture, the likelihood of death climbs to 11.4%, and within a year, it can escalate to anywhere between 12% and 34%. These statistics, though grim, reflect the harsh consequences of such injuries. The aftermath of a fracture isn't just physical pain. It brings a cascade of devastating effects that drastically diminish the quality of life. Complications can arise during recovery: skin ulcers, dangerous lung infections, or even strokes, each of these bringing new threats to an already fragile body. The elderly, in their weakened state, are often left struggling to recover at a pace that seems agonizingly slow. What may seem like a simple fall to others can become a prolonged battle for their independence, as recovery is drawn out and fraught with challenges. Without the proper care, these fractures can lead to long-term health complications, stripping away one's ability to manage their own life and, in many cases, placing an unbearable burden on their family. In this context, winter becomes far more than just a season of cold. It becomes a time of heightened danger. For the elderly, every icy patch, every slippery surface, carries with it the potential for irreversible harm. This makes it all the more critical to take proactive, life-saving measures to ensure their safety. Preventing these falls isn't just a matter of caution. It's a matter of protecting their well-being, their dignity, and their future. Dr. Yamaguchi provides the following advice for longevity. 1. Proper diet. As we grow older, maintaining a balanced and nutritious diet becomes not just important, but essential for preserving the delicate balance of health and vitality. It's the cornerstone of safeguarding our well-being, a daily act of self-care that nurtures both body and soul. For the elderly, every bite becomes a crucial investment in their continued strength and independence, sustaining the intricate functions that allow them to enjoy life to its fullest. Consuming the right nutrients, rich in energy and vitality, is key to ensuring that the body continues to function optimally. Protein-rich foods, such as fresh, flaky fish, lean chicken, velvety low-fat dairy products, and versatile soy, are indispensable for maintaining and strengthening muscle mass, preserving the integrity of bones, and enhancing the body's natural immunity. These humble foods, often overlooked in youth, take on a deeper significance in later years, serving as pillars that support the structure of life itself. But it's not just about protein. The elderly must embrace a rainbow of fresh vegetables and fruits, nature's bounty offering a vibrant array of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. These gifts from the earth play a pivotal role in protecting the bones from fragility, fortifying the immune system, and elevating overall health, allowing the elderly to continue to thrive in their golden years. The simple act of consuming these life-sustaining foods becomes an act of love and respect for the body, a reminder that aging does not mean surrendering to weakness. Equally important is the way we prepare these meals. In the later stages of life, digestive functions naturally decline, making it essential to take extra care in how we cook. Opting for gentle methods, such as steaming or simmering, transforms ingredients into tender, easily digestible meals that nourish without overwhelming. These methods allow the nutrients to be more easily absorbed, reducing the strain on a compromised digestive system, and ensuring that every meal offers maximum benefit. It's not just about eating, it's about savoring each nourishing bite with the knowledge that food, prepared with care, holds the power to sustain life and preserve dignity in the face of aging. In the quiet act of preparing a meal, there lies a profound message. We are not just feeding the body. We are nurturing the very essence of who we are, providing ourselves with the energy to continue living our lives with grace, independence, and strength. Each meal is an opportunity to honor the journey, to recognize that we deserve to thrive, not merely survive, as we embrace the beauty and wisdom that come with age. 2. Maintain moderate exercise. As we age, our bodies and minds may begin to show signs of wear and tear, but the transformative power of regular exercise offers a profound antidote to this natural decline. For seniors, staying active is not merely about maintaining physical strength. It's about nurturing a sense of vitality and independence that can deeply enrich the quality of life. Studies reveal that those who dedicate just 150 minutes a week to exercise can experience a remarkable improvement in their cardiovascular health, a strengthening of their autonomy, and a reduction in the risks associated with chronic conditions like obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure. The beauty of exercise lies in its simplicity. Even gentle movements, like the rhythmic step of a leisurely walk, can rejuvenate the spirit. These activities do more than just preserve health. They soothe the soul, reduce stress, and promote a sense of peaceful well-being. Walking, for instance, can be a meditative practice, a chance to reconnect with the world around you, feel the earth beneath your feet, and take in the beauty of the present moment. Equally vital are activities that challenge the mind. Engaging in mental exercises such as reading, writing, or playing games like chess can be a powerful defense against cognitive decline. These activities serve as a shield against dementia, a lifeline to the mind that slows the progression of brain diseases like Alzheimer's. It's not just about preventing illness, it's about safeguarding the essence of who we are, ensuring that our minds remain sharp, vibrant, and full of curiosity as we journey through our later years. Exercise, in all its forms, is not a burden, it's a gift. A gift that fosters strength, preserves our dignity, and empowers us to live our golden years with grace, purpose, and joy. 3. Quit smoking. Smoking is not just a habit, it is a slow, insidious thief, silently stealing away precious moments of life, especially for those in their later years. The harmful substances in tobacco invade the body, leaving destruction in their wake. They weaken the heart, impair lung function, and erode the immune system, making the body more vulnerable to devastating conditions like heart disease, stroke, chronic respiratory illnesses, and a weakened ability to fight off infections. For the elderly, this is an especially tragic reality. The very organs that have carried them through a lifetime now bear the brunt of smoking's relentless assault, threatening to rob them of the chance to enjoy their remaining years in peace and comfort. But there is hope, a hope that remains alive, even for those who have smoked for decades. The human body, with all its remarkable resilience, can still heal, even after years of damage. Quitting smoking at any age, no matter how late it may seem, can bring life-changing benefits that can't be understated. For those over 80, the act of putting out a cigarette and taking that brave step toward reclaiming health is not merely symbolic. It can lead to profound improvements in well-being, including better circulation, improved lung function, and even a reduction in the risk of life-threatening diseases. While the most ideal time to quit would have been earlier, ideally before the age of 40, the truth remains that quitting at any stage of life is an act of immense courage and a powerful choice for better health. However, those who have smoked for decades can still experience significant, measurable improvements in their health, from the restoration of lung capacity to the gradual healing of the heart. Each cigarette not smoked becomes a victory, a small but significant rebellion against the forces of aging and disease. For elderly individuals, giving up smoking isn't just about adding more days to their lives. It's about adding more quality to those days. It's about breathing easier, sleeping more soundly, feeling the energy and strength to enjoy time with loved ones, or perhaps even rediscovering passions and activities long forgotten. It's about waking up each day with the possibility of a better tomorrow, free from the chains of addiction and the constant looming threat of health crises. Quitting smoking is not just an act of self-preservation. It is a bold declaration of self-love, dignity, and the unwavering desire to live the remaining years with grace, vitality, and peace. The decision to quit smoking, no matter how late in life, is a reminder that it is never too late to choose health, reclaim the body, and honor the precious gift of life. For the elderly, the journey of quitting smoking is not just about physical health. It's about regaining a sense of control over one's destiny and embracing the future with open arms, knowing that the best years of life are not defined by age but by the choices we make, no matter when we make them. 4. Maintain an optimistic attitude. An unwavering sense of optimism, coupled with the warmth of deep, meaningful social connections, is vital for the preservation of mental well-being in older adults. As the years gently unfold, the weight of isolation, the slow creeping shadow of loneliness, can quietly erode the very fabric of one's joy, leaving in its wake a profound sense of emptiness. This isolation, whether from physical distance, the loss of loved ones, or the quiet fading of social circles, can open the door to emotional and psychological struggles that are difficult to overcome. Loneliness, though silent, is a cruel force. It seeps into the soul and can lead to debilitating depression, relentless anxiety, and even the insidious erosion of memory. It diminishes one's sense of purpose, leading to a pervasive feeling of being invisible in a world that seems to move on without you. For the elderly, it is a harsh truth that emotional well-being often hinges on the warmth and intimacy of human connection. Without it, the days can become long and difficult, clouded by feelings of neglect, invisibility, and a deep yearning for companionship. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. That is why maintaining vibrant, regular social interactions becomes not just beneficial, but essential for aging with grace and dignity. Whether through shared laughter with old friends, meaningful conversations with family, or simply basking in the presence of a loved one, these moments of connection provide more than just emotional comfort. They offer something far deeper, a reaffirmation of belonging, a reminder that one is still seen, still valued, and still an integral part of the world around them. The act of engaging in social activities, even simple ones, can ignite a profound sense of self-worth and importance, providing the elderly with the quiet but powerful knowledge that they are still contributing to something larger than themselves. Even in the later stages of life, these interactions remind them that they are not forgotten, not discarded, or left behind. When older adults engage in social settings, they often experience a renewed sense of purpose and connection. It helps them feel that they still matter, whether by imparting wisdom, sharing life experiences, or simply offering a kind word. This allows them to feel their lives have meaning and that they are still actively shaping their surroundings. Every conversation, every shared memory, and every laugh serves to remind them that they have a valuable place in the tapestry of life. In these interactions, they rediscover a sense of agency, a sense of being fully present in the world despite the passage of time. Equally significant, however, is the power of optimism. An optimistic mindset doesn't simply boost one's mood, it can transform the very essence of aging. Optimism acts as a shield against the storms of doubt, fear, and uncertainty, providing the elderly with a foundation of strength that carries them through life's inevitable hardships. In its purest form, optimism is more than just a fleeting hope. It is a life-altering perspective, a lens through which one chooses to see the world. It is the quiet conviction that even in the face of physical decline or the loss of loved ones, there is still beauty, joy, and possibility to be found. Optimism is the belief that each day holds something worth looking forward to, that every moment has value, and that one's journey is far from over. This positive outlook does more than uplift the spirit. It can drastically improve physical health and extend life. Studies have shown that older adults with a hopeful attitude tend to experience lower rates of chronic illness, higher immune function, and even greater resilience in the face of challenges. Optimism acts as a catalyst for longevity, fostering a body that is more resistant to stress and more capable of healing. It encourages people to take better care of themselves, to engage in life-enhancing behaviors like regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and maintaining mental acuity. But perhaps most significantly, optimism enriches the quality of life. It infuses every day with a sense of joy, purpose, and anticipation, regardless of one's age or circumstances. It gives the elderly the strength to keep moving forward, to embrace the unknown with curiosity, and to cherish the simple pleasures that often elude those who dwell in fear or regret. To embrace optimism, then, is not simply a matter of thinking positively. It is a profound act of embracing life itself, with all its uncertainties and its infinite possibilities. It is a conscious decision to wake up each day with the belief that the best is yet to come, no matter how old or frail one may become. This mindset is a gift that, like a steady flame, illuminates the path ahead, lighting the way for both physical and emotional well-being. For those who carry it with them, optimism becomes a way of life, a source of inner strength that endures through even the darkest moments. It is a life-affirming force, an unwavering beacon that fills the heart with gratitude for the present moment while offering the promise of a future filled with hope, connection, and boundless possibilities. As we reflect on the incredible power of optimism and meaningful connections in our later years, we've learned how essential it is to nourish our minds and hearts by staying engaged with others and embracing a positive outlook. Whether it's through simple conversations or the belief that every day holds new opportunities, we see how vital these practices are for maintaining both our mental and physical well-being. Now, we want to hear from you. What has resonated with you the most from today's video? What is one thing you've learned that you're excited to bring into your life? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you plan to make optimism and connection a central part of your journey. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insightful content on living a fulfilled, vibrant life at any age. Let's continue this journey of growth and positivity together.